Hello, live stream. We have had some moments trying to get present. So, welcome as we explore week 4. We are moving right along. So, please share your name, let me know where you're from, and also turn your cameras on. We're going to begin with just giving you a quick overview. If this is your first week joining us in this session today, this is a part of a 6-week session. It's a larger element that we're providing, and we're taking week by week, moment by moment, for those that want to take a quick glimpse into what's taking place. For week 1, we went through the foundations of emotional resilience. We went through, in week 2, recognizing your conflict evolution. Last week, we unpacked rebuilding confidence and self-identity. And this week, we're going to start walking through developing resilient strategies for daily life because we don't often pay enough attention to the things that we do day by day, the greater impact that it has as we move along. Next week, we're going to wrap up some pieces by designing a new path forward. And then we'll close this out with embracing your transformation and the next steps. But for today, we're going to identify the emotional triggers and responses so that we can build support systems that are healthy. Because too many of us are in situations where we don't have the healthy moments that get us through what we're working on. There are tools that will help you to communicate effectively, and we're going to go through those pieces today. So if you are not in the room, I strongly encourage you, start participating. This is broken down week by week to give you the quick moments of touch pointing so that there are practical tools that you can use to navigate. But I know that not everybody gets the opportunity to participate in so many things for various reasons. But if you are the version of me, the one that wanted to participate but found yourself in a position where you couldn't, I want you to know that this bonus strategy, this part right here, that you're going to get opportunity to and live stream, that's what we were working on, getting you guys to join in so that you can get the chance to still participate in this. What you really want as far as relationships are concerned is a covenant relationship. Now, I'm aware that not a lot of people understand what that is, but I want you to recognize that there is a difference between a contract and a covenant. And you truly want to be in a covenant relationship because contracts are those things that we put in place because we don't trust the people that we're working with. Now, you may never say that you don't trust the individual that you're about to go into a business deal with or have support with for whatever that transaction of service is. But a contract is put in place to protect. It's put in place because it is in that mode that we are putting ourselves in a position where if you don't do exactly what you say you're going to do, this piece of paper, the contract, is what I will use on my behalf to support me moving forward to get you to do the thing that you said you were going to do. That's what a contract does. You don't want to have relationships that are strictly contractual. Contractual relationships aren't often built in love. Contractual relationships don't give you the extra support that you need when life gets hard, when things get tough, when you know that you're in a situation where you've got to move forward. What we walk ourselves into is having a marriage covenant. A covenant is something that lets you know that I'm entering into this, pouring out pieces of me. And the piece of paper that draws us together, that keeps us close, that's the marriage certificate. That certificate is not a contract that says, if I don't do X, Y, and Z, this is not going to happen. No, that is simply to say, hey, when we go through this situation, I'm going to pour out as much as me as I possibly can. And for some of us, we don't have a whole lot in the beginning of some of our marriages to give. In my first marriage, I got married at 21. After 11 years of marriage, I found myself going through a divorce because the covenant got broken. Because two broken people found themselves in a situation where they did not grow through. Because a covenant gives you grace to grow. But if you don't understand that that's a part of the peace that a covenant brings, you won't give yourself the chance to be honored in it. Some parts of a covenant is making certain that the parts of me that are flawed, the parts of me that are broken, the parts of me that still need to grow up, because Tanya had to do some growing up in that first marriage, y'all. As a result of not doing that, that first covenant got broken. So before I walked into a new journey, because several of you are fully aware, as I walk through this new part into the pieces of me along the journey, I had to overcome being triggered. It was my triggers that kept putting me in a position where I did not manage my conflict well. And it is our triggers that often put us in a position where we say, I don't need to do this thing called marriage with you anymore. This relationship, I don't care if we have been in it for a decade or more, I'm done. Because we keep walking through the stages of conflict. And if you are unaware of your conflict sequence, which is what we discussed in week 2, then you'll struggle with identifying the triggers that put you there. And what comes out on the other end when you reach the third stage is not pretty. And it is there that we are in breakdown. It is there that we in relationships. It is there that we found ourselves after all this time, a third of my life with just that one person. And now we're starting again. It's time to reset again. If you're unaware of what that looks like, then you need to pay attention. Pause so that you can understand you a little bit better. Because when you take the time to understand you a little bit better, you can find yourself in new relationships where things are smoother. So now I'm in a new relationship to the love of my life and my best friend, which just proves there is life after divorce. And you can have life that helps you reset after you've gone through your chaos as well. So I'm going to pause here and stop this particular share so I can get back into the conversation for those that are in the room. But for live stream, I want you to know that if this moment that you find yourself in is a broken covenant because it was treated like a contract, but you're still in that environment, pause. Remember your love story. Remembering your love story will give you the opportunity to reset the covenant so it's no longer treated like a contract. Remembering your love story reminds you to love you as much as you love everybody else. Because if you are the heart-centered soul pouring into everybody and all the relationships and all the things, you got tired along the way. So you stopped giving because you gave more than you had to give instead of allowing the other person in that covenant to pick up pieces with you. This is your moment to love on you. And when you choose to love you better, others will love you better as well. And so I want to say thank you, live stream, and thank you for your patience as we work through some of the technical difficulties that we're having. And I look forward to seeing you joining us here in these moments. Take care.